Miss Johnson is a literature teacher here at Cedar Shoals. We interviewed her at her house to get a glimpse of a teacher's life outside of school.
Hey, Jet, stop. Welcome to our house, everybody. Come on in. Who are these people? Say hi, Jet. Babies require much more time than I could have ever imagined. You sleep less, and you just have less free time, even to check Instagram usually, or just things that you kind of take for granted, like going to the bathroom, are much more complicated when you have a child. So especially now that Kellen's crawling, before you just kind of lay him down and he would stay there, obviously, and now he's constantly on the move, constantly about to grab something he could choke on or run off the bed. And so you just have to always, you're never like on a break. I want him to be free and to make all his own choices and to be whoever he wants to be. And I'm very into like freedom, let him kind of just crawl and do whatever he wants and just try and keep him as unrestrained as possible. Like right now, I'm about to let him crawl. I love to write and I love to take baths. And let's see, in high school I used to do a lot of theater, but I don't do that anymore. And I love social media, like most teenagers, and I love to read. So I love to watch the news. I love the news. Are those students who constantly write emails asking me why I haven't graded this or that? And it's because they don't realize I have a child and a life, and I go to church, and I'm involved in a lot of things outside of school. So, just remember, a teacher's got a lot going on, especially if they're mothers or fathers or, do all the things that people do. And, we don't have time to grade your stuff all the time because we are just people just like you. In high school, I went to Kenya through my church. So I was there, and we visited a ton of schools. So that's actually where I developed my passion for like international education, and I thought I wanted to teach overseas. And I studied Persian and Arabic in school because I thought that's where I wanted to teach. Well, I still want to teach there in the Middle East. So then during college, I was trying to go to Afghanistan. When we were in Dubai, our trip got canceled because the lady who we were staying with, the road to her house became unsafe. So we actually, while we were in Dubai, decided to go to Amman, Jordan, because it's one of the only countries in the Middle East you can just show up and they'll give you a visa like right then and there. So my team went to Amman, Jordan instead, and I taught there. That was my first like real teaching job. And I taught 2 classes. I taught all adults. So that was my first like teaching experience, and I was teaching English as a second language. But like I said, I thought I wanted to teach overseas, and I wanted to start schools overseas, and that's still like a long-term dream. But because obviously I met Judge and I fell in love with him, we've been basically in Athens while he's been finishing up his school, and so I started working at Cedar and 5 years ago, and I love it, and especially because I love other cultures and I love traveling. Cedar is like such a diverse place, and it's full of so many cultures and so many people with so many backgrounds. I actually love my job. I even like leaving Kellen is not hard for me. Like I enjoy going to work every day because I love my students, and I just love how every day is different, and there's never a moment at Cedar where you're like looking at the clock. I know the students are always looking at the clock, but for teachers who are teaching, like on Mondays and Fridays, I teach 125 students in one day. So I have like sometimes it feels like millions of conversations, and nothing's ever boring, and teenagers like are constantly asking you questions, and they're just really fun and lively. So my day just flies by, and I really, really enjoy what I do.